But I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, because I'm smartly dressed na Kiswahili si mdomo changu, and I'm dressed in Kitenge. Madam Speaker, my point of order is this. If you are promoting Kitenge, and Honorable Babu Owino has not come wearing a Kitenge suit, why is he being given a chance to speak on Kitenge? And we are promoting Kitenge. He's wearing a suit from the US. When we are promoting local products, Madam Speaker, give only men who are promoting the local products, not the men who are promoting things from abroad.
Kenya's political landscape is defined by a mix of ambition, courage, and unwavering advocacy. Among the figures who have come to embody these qualities is Millie Odhiambo, a prominent lawyer, human rights advocate, and politician. Known for her forthright style, passionate defense of women and children, and occasionally bursts of humor that capture the public's attention, Millie has become one of Kenya's most recognizable parliamentary figures. She represents Suba North constituency in the National Assembly of Kenya, a position she first assumed as a nominated MP in 2008 before being elected by constituency in 2013 and subsequently re-elected. Born Millie Grace Akoth Odhiambo Mabona on 1st November 1966 in Homa Bay County, Millie was the fourth of 8 children in a family that valued education and civil engagement. Her early life was marked by tragedy when her father died in a boating accident, an event that would later influence her commitment to public service and advocacy. Despite these challenges, she pursued her education with determination, attending St. Francis Girls Secondary School and Limuru Girls High School, where she cultivated both her academic prowess and interest in justice. Millie went on to pursue law at the University of Nairobi, graduating in 1990 with a Bachelor of Laws LLB degree. Her passion for public service and human rights led her to further studies abroad, including a Master of Law LLM in Public Service Law from New York University, USA, as well as human rights and governance courses in Sweden, Italy, and the United States. These formative experiences equipped Millie with the legal acumen and international perspective that would later shape her political and advocacy work. Before stepping into the political arena, Millie Odhiambo was a formidable presence in Kenya's legal sector. She worked in civil litigation and focused extensively on women's and children's rights, laying the groundwork for her later parliamentary focus. Her early career included roles such as State Counsel in the Office of the Attorney General, Legal Counsel at the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, and Program Officer on Gender and Access to Justice with the International Commission of Jurists, ICJ Kenya. Millie also took leadership in civil society and chairperson on the Coalition on Violation Against Women Kenya, and as the founder and director of the Cradle Children's Foundation, which works to protect and promote children's rights within Kenya's legal system. Though through these roles, she became known as a passionate advocate for justice, equality, and protection for the most vulnerable members of society.
Even where a child is born out of wedlock, the child has a right to know both mother and father. Secondly, a father needs to be in the life of that child. And especially in situations like this, which is envisaged in the bill, where it is presumed that the parents are married to each other, we cannot focus on the mother as though she's the one carrying this child on her own. Carrying a child for 9 months, a lot of women will tell you it's not an easy task. The father must be involved throughout this process. They must be involved when the woman goes into labor. That is when you actually appreciate your role of fatherhood. So for me, one of the things that I'm going to provide here, which is actually in the bill, some of the things that I'm going to propose here are things that are in my bill, and if they pass here, let my bill die. It's not about whether my bill passes or not. It's about whether we take care of the things that are of concern to us. We want to reduce instances of child mortality in this country, and I want to agree with Honorable Nyikal that the numbers are not as high as before, but the numbers are still of concern. If we cannot protect women at the local level, and we are trying to, and us as women leaders, we are being targeted, and we want to be quiet because of 1, 2, 3 reasons, and please excuse me as women, because I know we had agreed that we will not talk about this. But blanket or no blanket, I will talk because I'm very offended. We cannot be treating women like trash. We cannot be treating women like rubbish. We cannot be treating women like they are the ones who came up with sex, like they are the ones who invented sex. And I want to tell women who are shaming and victimizing another woman who is already a victim, and you are trying to victimize and taking a moral high ground. Shame on you. Shame on you. I have seen one of my friends going and saying, because you have children, don't do this. Who told you that a woman posted photos of herself? You come here, post photos. Who hasn't had sex? Even I have had sex. Otherwise, why is my name Mrs. Mabona? But you cannot use, even today I've had. What is the big deal if I've had? And if you think there's a problem, report to the nearest police or report me to God. But what I want to say is, in this country, this must stop. This nonsense must stop. And the DCI must follow those, I don't even know what name to call them. I don't want to be abusive. But the DCI must follow those guys. Every time, there are so many women who have been followed. And every time you are being told, just keep quiet, otherwise you will not get a blanket. Blanket or not blanket, amen. I am going to say it. You are not going to harass women. I don't care whether you are in UDA. I don't care whether you are in ODM. When it is an issue of women, my party becomes a woman. When it's an issue of women, my party becomes a woman. Because what is done to another woman will be done to me.
Millie Odhiambo's political journey began in 2008 when she was nominated as a member of parliament under the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM. Her nomination was recognition of her legal and advocacy experience, and it marked the start of a long and storied parliamentary career. In 2013, she successfully contested and won the parliamentary seat for Suba North, a seat she has retained in subsequent elections through sheer dedication to her constituents and her consistent advocacy on national issues. In Parliament, Millie is best known for her outspoken and progressive stance on issues affecting women, children, and vulnerable groups. She has sponsored and championed bills on assisted reproductive technology, children's rights, and protection of survivors of violence. Her advocacy has extended to reproductive health rights, legislation protecting privacy and dignity, and reforms aimed at ensuring justice and equality under the law. In 2024, Millie was appointed Minority Whip in the National Assembly, a senior leadership position coordinating the activities of opposition lawmakers. This role has cemented her influence within the House and positioned her as a central figure in legislative debates. Millie Odhiambo's impact extends beyond Kenya's borders. She has been involved in international parliamentary work, including human rights committees and global forums.
Despite the fact that a lot of us see America as a very mature democracy. For those of us who have gone to school in the US on issues of women, America is yet to mature. Yeah. I can tell you for a fact as a person who went to school in the US. Right. And I can tell you, and not even just women, the US is the only country in the world that has not ratified the Convention on the Rights of the Child, leave alone women. So I think there's also a bit of a fallacy about America being this great democracy and all that. They are very great democracy in paper, but on issues of minorities and all that, America is yet to come of age.
Her ability to articulate Kenya's legal and social challenges on an international stage has earned her recognition as a committed human rights advocate. Kenyan media and civil organizations consistently describe her as a top-performing MP, highlighting her active participation and strong voice in shaping legislation. Her advocacy is informed not just by legal expertise, but also by personal experience. Millie has openly discussed challenges such as uterine fibroids and infertility, which had influenced her passionate support for reproductive health legislation. She also authored the political book Rage or Beraged, offering insights into Kenya's election processes and the complexities of political engagement.
Good evening once again. I'll be very brief because we are here to launch the book and not to talk much. And I want to hand over Honorable Martha Karua, who has been my mentor for a long time. And a lot of people wonder why I keep insisting on Martha, even when we are on different sides politically. But your mentor is your mentor, whatever side of the political divide you are. When I was a young university student, law student, and I was dealing with a case where my client was a woman who was a Somali woman, and she had been in a relationship with another man, a Chinese, I think, Japanese, I can't remember, man. And they were not in a legal union, but they got a child. And then after having the child, this guy went back to the country, called my client, she joined him. And even though children with mixed races are celebrated in Kenya, in the country they went, he was actually despised. And then the woman was being mistreated and beaten. So she came back, and the guy didn't follow her for many years. So when she saw this guy was not following her, she got pregnant by another man. Then conveniently, the man comes back and says, this woman is immoral, she's a Muslim, and she already has a child outside wedlock by another man, and I'm the husband. So I want custody of this child. And he timed when she's pregnant and the pregnancy is being seen. So we couldn't even pretend that she's not pregnant. It was not the days of DNA, but he knew she was pregnant. So Martha found me. I wasn't as big as you see me. I was as small as my grandchild, Tawana, who really dances well. I was really tiny. So she finds me pacing up and about. So Martha calls me and says, Millie, young girl, why are you pacing up and about? So I said, I'm just about to go in with a case where my client is pregnant and it's an issue of custody. And I'm fearing we are going to lose this case. She told me, you go in there confidently and tell the judge that your client did not swear to celibacy. She has to have sex. Go in and tell the judge. And I went in. Believe you me, that's what I told the judge. I said, my client did not swear to celibacy. She must have a man. So if this man has abandoned her, she must have a man. And guess what? We got custody. So Martha, if I'm a bad girl, you have taught me to be a bad girl. I have followed your footsteps very religiously. And there are several women who have also inspired me. If you look at the book, there are so many women who have inspired me. Charity Ngilu, the way she dresses and being the first woman who ran for presidency. There are so many women who have inspired me. Maybe some of them I may not have told them, like Charity may be surprised to see that I've always admired her. And we jumped, I think those of you, because FIDA is also here, those of you who were with us in FIDA at that time, you know how euphoric we were when there was a first woman president, a candidate for presidency. And I want to tell you, Governor Ann and Gladys, I told you this in New York, and I want to repeat it. You do not know what it feels when those of us who have been in the trenches fighting for the increase of women, see women, 7 women governors. Naangalia nasema 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? It makes us so proud and happy. And you remember Justice Jacqueline Omogeni said the same thing. I've seen Ann Njogu and many, many faces we were within civil society, and you know what we've gone through. Jeff Nakuana, even though you are not a, a woman, but you fought with us. And so we have come a long way. And so I would just want to encourage, we can't stop here. Right now, you can see the members who are coming a bit late. That's why even we dragged a little bit, because of the issue of the proposed impeachment of Rigiji. And I don't want to get into whether I support or not. That is irrelevant for our purposes now. But when you hear people talking about replacement, they're only mentioning male names. Kwani, hapa kwa hii mesa naangalia hapa, tayari naona wengi, who can be also deputy presidents. Yeah? So if it comes to replacing, hata women, let us also put our foot forward. Babu Owino, we nakusikia ukisema kingpin. Hata mimi ni queen pin. Sio wewe tu kingpin. Hata mimi ni queen pin. Let the men not be the ones who think they can go away with everything. Women must be counted where it matters. Martha, I know what journey you have gone through, Honorable Martha, seeking the presidency. My story, and I thank you, Anne, my story stemmed out of the fact that when I went into politics, and we were taught by an amazing woman from Sweden called Barbro, yeah? And me and Shebesh, we said we will be the Barbros of Kenya. Shebesh, unaona? Nimekuwa Barbro. And we said we are going to be the Barbros, that we are going to train women, and we are going to transform the lives of women from that training. It was an amazing training that transformed the lives of many women. And I remember when I came in at that point, it's a training that uses psychosocial method. So it's like therapy. And when we got in, yeah, many of you today saw me breaking down. Lakini unajua tu the tough Millie. You don't know the tears the strong women here shed in the background. And we sat, and I was shocked when I'm seeing strong women cry. And why were they crying? They tell you stories. And you're like, are you telling me a movie? Are you reading a fiction novel? Or are you telling me about politics? And me, I thought it was a joke. Until I went into election the first time. And when I was through, I know by the time when people were reading here, believe you me, I was busy asking Brian, why are these guys reading other things? We didn't agree on reading that one because there are things there they don't want to read. There are some of them who sees the word vagina, they want to collapse. But they have vaginas, but they want to collapse when they see the word vagina. Let me tell you, the things women hear in politics, the things we see in politics, I know men also go through difficult things, but it's not the same as what we go through in politics. Yeah? I think every woman here can tell you their story. But it is worse if you vie against men. I remember, and I want to thank Honorable Jakoyo Midiwo posthumously. I loved Jakoyo. There are times he would fight me, then he would guide me. He would fight me and he would guide me. And I remember one time when we were doing Katiba, And I wasn't known in Homa Bay. I was just like a small girl who has come in nominated and doing the work like I see Rene Mayaka doing, very excited. So me, I was just doing my work. So our leader then was Honorable Tieno Kajwang the late. So he called us and told us tuendeni tukaenda Homa Bay to popularize Katiba. I didn't realize people were paying attention to what I was doing in Parliament. I didn't even know people knew me, but people were climbing trees to see me. And they were saying, ndio huyu Millie, this small girl here, this is the one. I was so popular in Homa Bay that when I came back and I told Shebesh, gosh, Shebesh, I'm so popular in Homa Bay. Then she told me, Millie, you are saying that smiling. And I said, yeah, but I'm popular. She said, you don't know your problems have just begun. I said, how? Jakoyo called me and he told me, Millie, you thought we came here to Nairobi to count buildings. We came here to do politics. And you are here trying to pretend that now you are popular. We are going to cut you to size. And let me tell you, when I do my trainings, I tell people and they think I'm joking. My dear, kuna wakati waleni chapa. I went under for 2 years. Many of you may not remember. Nilichapwa. Niko mall, sijui niko nini. Senator, one day sit down with me. Nikuambie my side of the story. Nilichapwa kuchapwa. Gladys, my sister, I salute you. You don't know how much. The men was pitting Gladys against me. And you know why they were pitting me against me? Because they thought you are easy to manage. And she's sitting here as governor. They thought Gladys was easier to manage. So they thought tutaweka Gladys chini, Millie chini, tuinue Gladys. Gladys, hiyo siasa yako. Endelea na vile unaenda. Kama sio wewe first woman president, kama sio Anne basi ni mimi. So I want to support you in that agenda. When I finished my elections, by the way, just for your information, this book is very old. It does not cover what most of you know of me in politics. This book only covers what I went through when I ran for the first time. I was so shocked, I was so traumatized that I sat and wrote it and finished in 2 weeks. And after I wrote it and finished in 2 weeks, I put it aside. And every time I would go and read the book, I would break down. You've seen me, I still break down. Let me not go there. But over time, I have removed a lot of things in that book, sadly. So Shebesh was telling me, Millie, this is not even half your story. You have seen Duale telling you, Duale knows half the story. Maybe one day, when things have settled, I'll give the full story. So what I've given you is just a tip of the iceberg. But I would want to encourage all of us who are here, I'm tough when it comes to issues relating to me. But please, sometimes you have no clue what it does to our families. So even when you're attacking other people, you may not succeed in pulling me down as Millie Odhiambo, but you are hurting people close to us. Please, let us remember that when we hurt other people. Otherwise, my mother would be here today. I want to acknowledge my family members who have been here in very special ways. They don't realize how much support they've been with for me. Some of them just by dancing. One of my nephews, Neville, is out of the country. He one time told me, we don't see Auntie Millie anymore. I've lived with my nieces, nephews, and grandchildren all my life, most of them. And he told me, we now see Honorable Millie. And you know how they see? When I'm not dancing. And recently, one of the young girls came and told me, Grammy, the grandchildren, they say, Grammy, I have not seen you dancing. Then I sat back and I said, yeah, I have not danced. When I don't dance, there's a problem. That's how I know there's a problem. Why? Because dancing is therapeutic for me. When I was young, my grandmother used to call me Omiale, Omiale. I dance and she goes Omiale, Omiale, because dancing is just therapeutic. Jen Maru, where are you? Jen Waigwa, kuja hapa. Come. You will come and then my family will come. There's another part of me that most people don't know. The reason you can't pull me down is because, strangely, I am a woman of amazing and strong faith. And I have many people behind me who pray for me. Come, Jen. Jen is just representative of one of them. Jen and I come a long way from Limuru Girls. That's how many years? That's how many years? That's how many years? How many? 30. 40. You're 40 ni yako. Me, I'm not. You're 40 ni yako. But Jen and I come a long way. Sometimes we fight. When it's politics, I even unfriended her, we abuse each other. But when things are hard, I tell her, Jen, if you don't pray for me, I am, what did you call it? I am not covered. I am not covered. When you don't pray for me, I'm not covered. So I have many prayer warriors who pray for me. Just say hi. I know you'd said hi before, but you can just say, Jen comes from Nyandarua.
Millie Odhiambo is renowned for her forthright style and willingness to challenge authority. Her public persona blends courage, humor, and occasional theatrical flair, making her one of Kenya's most dynamic MPs. However, her outspoken nature has at times generated controversy. One of the most famous incidents was the viral dancing video in mid-2025 where she was seen energetically performing at a public empowerment event. While supporters praised her energy and relatability, critics argued the display trivialized the role of women leaders. In late 2025, she publicly rebuked political commentator Robert Alai after he criticized ODM member Winnie Odinga, sparking debate over tone and intra-party dynamics.
Nasikia kuna wengine ambao wanatembea nasi mchana lakini usiku wanajaribu kuuza hii chama. Haiwezekani. ODM was not born in a bedroom. It was not made in a bedroom. So its future will not be discussed as pillow talk.
I feel like she thinks that she can lead the party, which I don't think that she can, but I have felt it from the time after the burial of Raila Amolo Odinga, you know, the message, the Facebook messages which she wrote after that, you know, saying that, you know, my people, I'm coming to lead you. I believe that if they understood Baba, why the Baba went to prison for 9 years, he went to prison so that we differ, but we still sit on the same table as people of the same, you know, of the same kind. And we are going to try to ensure that we steer this population, you know, and these are the same people who, come what may, we are saying that even when we proposed BBI, it was to include everybody. My gain should not be your loss, because what is happening now is that some people want to be brokers. They believe that they can be, yeah, in ODM, they want to control the Luo votes. So what they're struggling to do is that nani atakuwa anaongea na William, yeah, on behalf of the Luo. What Winnie was doing was basically attacking a woman, saying that, you know, some people are sleeping, trying to use the pillows to sell the, you know, the party, the bedroom. I think basically she was attacking women, and what we believe is that she was attacking Governor Gladys Wanga. You know, ODM needed a safety valve, and I think that Oburu Odinga is going to act as a safety valve. But I don't think that in the long run, I think that we need to have a younger person, probably Mbadi, you know, probably, you know, these younger individuals to lead the party with the maturity, with the level of maturity of Oburu Odinga.
I want to tell you a lie. You attack Winnie Odinga, you attack Millie Odhiambo na wamama wa ODM.
Other moments of controversy include her strong political rhetoric in parliament, advocating for life imprisonment for individuals sharing intimate photos without consent, and past criticism over remarks perceived as disrespect to then President Uhuru Kenyatta. Despite this, she remains widely respected for her principled stance on justice and social reform. Millie Odhiambo has been at the center of several high-profile parliamentary moments. These dramas often blend protest, performance, and principled. In February 2025, she was a leading figure when Azimio coalition MPs staged a dramatic walkout over a ruling affirming Kenya Kwanza as the majority party, contrary to a High Court decision.
Order, Angela. Next order. No.
Order number 8.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion, appointment of members to the House Business Committee.
Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Let me tell you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 17-1,
Order, members, those who are recessing, recess quietly.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 171-1F, this House approves the appointment of the following members to the House Business Committee in addition to those specified under paragraph A, B, C, D, and E. 1. The Honorable Omboko Milemba, CBS MP. 2. The Honorable Robert Mbui, CBS MP. 3. The Honorable Faith Wairimo Gitao, MP. 4. The Honorable Samuel K. Chepkonga, CBS MP. 5. The Honorable Adan Welie Kenyan, CBS MP. 6. The Honorable Tom Joseph Francis Kajuang, MP. 7. The Honorable Sarah Paulata Korere, MP. 8.
Who is
the
on a
Honorable
point
Joshua.
of order? Order, Honorable Kajwang. You cannot call for order when you are not orderly. What are you doing where you are? Order. We have moved to the next order and proceed.
7. The Honorable Sarah Paulata Korere,
Pardon?
MP.
Why is he? Order. I did not give a chance to anybody except the mover of the notice of motion. Go on. Yes.
In August 2025, she went viral by breaking into song on the assembly floor while responding to President William Ruto's accusation about bribery, a performance both symbolic and theatrical. Early, she and fellow MP Rosa Buyu were expelled from parliament for protesting the removal of a colleague from a leadership position. Millie's floor debates on sensitive bills, particularly regarding reproductive technology, are also emotionally charged and widely commented upon, contributing to her image as a bold, outspoken lawmaker unafraid of confrontation. Beyond serious debates, Millie Odhiambo has provided numerous light-hearted and humorous moments that endear her to the public. During a finance bill debate in 2024, she jokingly strongly referred to herself as a bad girl and quipped that surviving 4 terms made her the mother of the house, eliciting laughter from fellow MPs. Her energetic dancing at the public rallies and forums, often to popular Luo music, has become a signature aspect of her persona. She has also used humor in parliamentary exchanges, joking with the colleagues about generational differences and using colloquial expressions like donge to dramatic effect, often causing laughter and making her relatability to everyday Kenyans. Memes and pictures of her expressing reaction during parliamentary section have gone viral, cementing her as one of the most recognizable faces of Kenyan's legislator. Millie Odhiambo is married to Magugu Mabona, a Zimbabwean national, and serves as a stepmother to his daughter, Lebo. Her personal experiences, particularly with health changes, have informed her legislative advocacy, particularly in reproductive rights and healthcare legislation. Millie's ability to integrate personal insight with public advocacy has strengthened her credibility and relatability among her constituency. Millie Odhiambo's life reflects a commitment to law, human rights, and public service. From her early legal career defending children and women to shaping legislation and leading parliamentary debates, she has consistently championed justice, equality, and social reform. Her combination of principled advocacy, parliamentary performance, and public relatability has made her both a respected lawmaker and a figure of national interest. Her legacy is also one of courage, willingness to confront controversial issues, challenge established norms, and defend the rights of the marginalized. Through her legislation, public service, humor, and occasionally theatric, Millie Odhiambo continues to shape Kenya's political landscape while remaining a memorable and influential voice in the National Assembly. Millie Odhiambo is more than a politician. She is a symbol of advocacy, resilience, and fearless public engagement. Her story, from her formative years in Homa Bay to the parliamentary floor of Nairobi, demonstrated how one individual can combine legal expertise, principled advocacy, and charisma to influence a nation's conversation on justice, equality, and democracy.